Good morning, Angela here with Dogwood Paper Arts, and I wanted to go over with you. I'm going to start a journal with my new and first ever real kit that I designed, and I called it Songs of Spring, but really this could be a summer journal as well, with all the beautiful flowers and bees and birds and chipmunks and squirrels, butterflies. And so I wanted to just share this with you. I printed it out, and this is on regular copy paper, and on the back I printed some full-size sheets of some old receipts that I had. This is an 1896. So you can fold it over and then you'll have a design on both sides. Now I am making a kit with my backgrounds, and I'm going to lighten them up so you can actually write over them. So it's just kind of a practice thing right now. So this is on regular copy paper with the background, and this one, same sheet, except for it's on coffee dyed paper. Not copy, but coffee. And you can see that they are quite different. This one is really grungy looking and beautiful. So if you print them out on the coffee dyed papers, it really makes a huge difference. So there's that one. This one is on the regular paper, and this one is on the coffee dyed paper that I made. Now my printer does not like running through this coffee dyed paper, so it kind of caught up every once in a while and added some extra ink. Libby, no, come. Liberty, come. Come. Bring it here. Just a minute, please. My dog and I are having a talk. She's grabbing my paper rolls out of the closet. Don't do that. Don't do that. There's your ball. Here's your ball. Okay, so anyway, I did this one on a coffee dyed paper. My printer does not always like it, so you're going to see some of these black marks on here. But I actually don't mind that on here. I think that it kind of adds a little character to it. So there's those two. Now here's this one. Oh, I didn't show you my background on this one. Now this is one that I got off of a Pixabay maybe, or so I can't sell this one until I do something additional to it, but it is going to become a background page paper. Here's this one, and this one just has the lined paper on it, ledger paper. It's hard to see. Let me turn on my light. There we go. How's that? A little better? And this is the same on the coffee dyed paper. And I love it. The grunginess is just wonderful. And so I did pretty good on that coffee dyeing. It's getting easier. I'm picking up on it. And here's this one. I just think these turned out absolutely beautiful. I love them. They're just wonderful. And this is another 1896 receipt. Now here's the same on the coffee dyed paper. Look at how beautiful and grungy that is. Isn't that something? You can see it's just a regular coffee dyed paper. Now here's this one. And I know I've shown these before, And I kind of thought maybe I'd sell some kits, but I didn't. So I'm showing them again in case you've forgotten. But they do have a yellowish background. It's very light color. It's kind of a vanilla yellow. Some of them have a real light green background. Libby. Liberty, just a minute, please. I got to talk to my dog again. I want you to lay down. All the way. Lay down. Stay. No. Lay down. Down. You stay. If you're going to be in the studio, you have to be a good girl. You can't act like a puppy. You have to act like an old dog. Very old. And so here's the same in the coffee dyed, and I love, 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 love this one. Look at the difference. So this was a yellowish background, and it turned kind of a grungy coffee color here. It's absolutely beautiful. Here's Mr. Squirrel with the butterflies and the bees. And there's a background. Now this is also like, I think it's a Pixabay. I'd have to look. They have free for use images, and anyway, but I need to change it before I can actually post it. So I'll be doing some work on that, or making my own. I certainly have some old books I could flip the pages on and do that with. So there's that one. Now here it is on the coffee dyed paper. Look at the difference. Isn't that amazing? And I absolutely love it. It really brings out the color of the paper. And that's just kind of a coffee dyed that turned out kind of yellowish. Here's this one. The rabbits with all the veggies. Thanks, Mr. Farmer, for picking all those for us. And it's just got the lined ledger paper on the back. Oh, and here it is in the coffee dyed version. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? This is just on coffee paper. Here is the big butterfly with the big nasturtiums. I think those are nasturtiums, aren't they? Excuse me. There's some more of that grungy paper looking stacked paper on the back. And here it is in the coffee dyed version. Isn't that something? Beautiful, isn't it? Gosh, it really turns out wonderful that way. And then these are just a few background papers that I have included in the kit. Just a ledger paper, and here's more ledger paper. This one has lines. This one does not have lines, but this side has a little bit of lines, and then it had a page flipped over. So that's how that turned out. Now, since I've been working on this kit and printing it out, I've been making some decisions about what I could be doing with this kit and what it needs to have additionally made to go with it. Now, the original printout, I have these. Now this is printed out on a presentation paper, and has a lot of spring words on it. This is the matte presentation paper, and I use the double-sided now so I don't mix them up because they're so similar. And you can see that I have pockets and words and tags and buttons. Is that the same one? Nope, that's a different one. That one I originally printed out too large. I don't know what I was thinking. And this is the same. I had to start printing them out to be sure I was printing them at the correct size and making sure that they fit the paper that you're going to print out. Those were too large. And then it had some postcards with it. Just like that. Now since then, I've also made, let me see here, these library cards. Just one there, yep, just one. 3 library cards and 4 library pockets. Now, I designed these with the full, I think I've done all these. Oh, here, this one. So when you cut these out, you end up with kind of a decision that you can make. You can fold it over this way and get kind of upside down flowers, or you can fold it shorter this way to get the full image up here, or you can fold it all the way up and go without that image of the butterfly. So if you just go to the butterfly, the only thing you need to do to make this a good sized pocket is fold this over up to this line and then bring this one over as well, and you'll see that gives you some creases there. So then you cut from here to the line, to this line, and then you just angle cut it here. It makes a shorter pocket. And then you fold it, and of course you have your butterfly there. And inside the butterfly, here's the same one but folded up all the way. You can put your library card. Now these library cards, they are longer. I made them so you could have them long or short. I did have to cut down the sides, but if you used a longer one it would fit the whole pocket. But I designed them so that you could cut them down to fit the library pockets that you want to use. So there is that. And so these are the pockets that I made to go with it. And I think I'm going to make a few more. Don't know yet. This will be an add-on kit. And this one is belly bands. So we have a wide one that can be a pocket on the inside of the journal page. Let's see if I have, let me fold one of these. Let's put it over here on the opposite side. Okay, so you could actually put it right in here, and it's just about full size. I made it just a little bit shorter, and you could cut it down, of course, if you have a smaller book. And then it has these 3 belly bands. Here's one. And same way, I made them a little bit shorter, so you could add a little piece of lace up there, or put an additional paper on it if you like. Or you can cut them down to make them fit. Then here's this one. And here's this one. So I'm thinking that this as in regards to a 3 signature journal. So you would have, well, there's only one of those, but there's 3 belly bands, 1 for each signature. And I've kind of designed the whole thing around having 3 signatures in your journal. Now the other thing I did, and a lot of this is already cut up, and I should have printed out a new one to show you. But I have printed, oops, let's put that one over there, and this one over there. I have printed full sheets of collage. This one is all postcards. And I've used a lot of it. I've printed a couple of them, a couple different ones. And then I printed up these collage sheets of all of the papers. And I think I have 3 different ones of those. And then I have printed up a bunch of receipts going this way and that way and this way and that way. And then I printed up a bunch of these receipts. How did that go? Oh, this was in here, like this. So that's going to be part of the same kit with the extras, the library pockets and the belly bands and the library cards. So there will be, I'm not sure how many sheets yet, but there will be a bunch of collage sheets with this whole packet. So anyway, like I said, what I've been doing is just kind of building this kit, adding onto this kit as I go, because I want to make a complete kit so that when you make your book, if you don't have coffee dyed paper, you can print on the back, and then you have papers that you can design on. You can put writing tablets in them, writing papers, I mean. Some of them you can write front and back. So I want you to be able to make a complete 3 signature journal with this kit, with these kits. And I'm also considering putting together the whole kit for one full price in a PDF format. It's hard to put because I print at such high resolution and save all my pictures at a really high resolution, because when it gets to you, I want it to come out beautiful and be the 300 DPI. So I save my pictures in large format so that I can print them large or print them small. So I try my best to make the best pictures possible. What else? So anyway, PDF. I want to make a completed kit as a PDF, but like I was saying, Etsy only allows so many They allow you to upload 5 zip files or PDF, 5 files total. But inside of that file, you can scrunch in your zip files, and usually I can only get 2, maybe 3 of these in each zip file. So if I have a kit bigger than 15 sheets, which I do, then they have to each go into other files. But anyway, on this kit, I could only get a couple of these in each zip file. Now this would come as a separate sheet. It doesn't automatically print out like this. I had to put this back after I printed out this side. Then I put these back in, and I pulled up the number of sheets that I needed to print on the backs. So I had to reprint them with this on them. So you would have to figure out your printer and which way it needs to go to print on the correct side or up and down way. So anyway, that is the kit, and there are additions that will be at my Etsy site by the time that you see all this. And we are going to start working in this. I do have my other journal that I just had to put it away. I got so discouraged that I had made it, that's my cat. Sorry. The other cat's bugging her. I got so discouraged that it didn't fit my bookbinding. So I still have to do that, and we will get back to it. But I just had to put it to the side. It made me mad. So anyway, I decided we'd start on this, and then I'll work on that one. And I have some Christmas journals that I need to be working in too. And I have hundreds of things to put on my Etsy site. Lots of beads I've gone through. I've been totally cleaning out my space. And I have been decluttering. I have taken tons of things out of this room. And it's just incredible. But I have decided that I want to use my items, and I just could not find them anymore. So I do have a video of my room at its worst ever state that it has ever been in. And it will show you the chaos that I was under with my room and my space. And I've debated. It's so shameful that I'm afraid to show it. But my niece said, "Oh, show it. It might help the rest of us." And I'm like, "Oh God, you just feel sorry for me." But the room no longer looks like that. I am still reorganizing, putting like with like. I am still paring down the extra drawers I have in here. And I am learning how to use what I have. So I'm not doing the waste not, want not stuff. And so I just wanted to catch up to you and let you know what I'm doing and where things are going. And I guess that's about it. So sorry you had to put up with my puppy this morning, but she's a cutie. She's a black lab. So these are the cutout tags. I left them mostly undecorated so you could put your own additions to them. You could print these out again and then fussy cut and raise these up a little bit if you want with the little tabs under them. And then you could put additional stuff back there with lace, but we'll do that. My tickets, I am redoing those as well. I am going to make a tickets that are decorated with numbers on them. Then we have our tiny tags. And here's the word spring all cut out. And I was able to cut out my key. Can you see all that back there? Oh my gosh. Tiny tags. I made several size tags. This big ticket, I'm going to make these smaller and they'll have numbers on them. And then here's the regular tags. And as I said, you could take this and cut it out, fussy cut one, and then apply it to the tag and raise it up a little bit. Then you could put lace and stuff on the background. So I left them mostly blank so that you could decorate them yourself. Add your own touch. But really, if you didn't want to, the idea behind this kit is that it will be an instant album kit for you, because you'll be able to just put it all together. You won't have to worry about the backs of the pages just being pure white like this. It'll be, you can print it, and after you're done printing, then you can just make your book, your journal. You will have to trim these down as you fold them together, of course. So, little buttons, tiny tags, bunnies and birds. Here's a couple of geese. There we go. And, oh, I started cutting out my words. Golden sunrises, new beginnings, buds, blossoms, and blooms. Here's the one that says spring flowers, and it has some intricate design around it. Enchanted days, wildflower bouquets. Daisies, dandelions, and daffodils. Fresh air, blue skies, new beginnings. And you can see the words are all kind of spring. Rainbows. Sprinkles, drizzles, and rainbows. Chirping birds. Buttercup kisses. Do you remember buttercups? Oh my gosh. Dewdrops, butterflies, bees, and bunnies, fragrant flowers, and then there's just this little additional thing. I had space on the paper, so I needed to put something there because I can't stand to leave it blank. And so, anyway, the pockets make up very nice, and I did sew some of them. The journal cards is where I was sewing. My sewing's not great on paper. And then I have this size with the meandering quilting going around the edge. And those will go in these. What I learned between this one and this one is that I just sewed this right down. Didn't even think about it. I, sewed across here first. But I sewed it and made this too small for this card. So on this one, I sewed around here first. And then I sewed around the edge. And then it will just get glued to the back here, so that the cards will fit. So, yeah, you learn a lot doing your first round. But all kinds of wonders and beauties. And so anyway, oh yeah. See, I'm just using the collage papers down here on the bottoms. And I folded them different sizes. So like on this one, I wanted to get the squirrels, so I folded it smaller here, and then I cut off a little bit at the top. So there's all kinds of things that you can do with this kit to make it fit your need. But you can also just print it out and put it together. And you don't have to sew. I'm not a great sewer on these things. And so I just wanted to be able to give you a bunch of choices. And make it easy to put a journal together. So anyway, enough talking. I will think about posting my sloppy room video. That would be a hard one for me because it's pretty bad. But maybe you want to see it. And then I, of course, would have to take my camera down and do a whole nother video. Maybe I could just loosen it up on the stand up there and film the room from there. Don't know. Anyway, thank you for joining me today, and I will get back to you in a few days. Bye-bye for now.